Welcome one and all, my name is TIFLP, and today I feel like playing more Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. Last episode we took on the Brilliant Void once again, and fucking motored through it. I am motoring through this today. If you don't know, I usually do these playthroughs in one sitting, because you can with this game. That's a mark of a good, faithful NES game. Which I had trouble doing with something like Shovel Knight, where Shovel Knight is, it's actually a pretty lengthy game. I love Shovel Knight, don't get me wrong. But when I had to redo it for, when I messed up the final episode. Let's never talk of it again. When I had to redo it, it was difficult. It took me a couple hours. It took me like 2-3 hours to get through the main game. That may have been my own fault because I'm a completionist, but, you know, still something to consider. In this game, you can blitz through it in like an hour, which is any snafus I've had with recording these episodes have been really easy because of the Curse of the Moon mechanic. I love that mechanic too. You can go back to any level in case you missed something, or just want to go back for whatever reason. You can go straight back to it without actually having to start a new game, which is great. You can't do it the other way, unfortunately, but you know, that would make less sense to be able to do that. I mean, granted, the Curse of the Moon itself, allowing you to travel back in time, doesn't make a lot of sense, but I digress. Anyway, you remember Blasphemy Unto Heaven. At the end of it lies Gaping Dragon 2.0. And you're probably thinking, wait, how do you beat it without Zangetsu? You're probably not thinking that, because it's probably very clear how you beat it without Zangetsu. You just do what I did in the video and use Fire Wheel or Jabel, and you're basically good to go. Oh yeah, the Froggo Corridor's coming up. You remember Froggo Corridor. I remember Froggo Corridor, and I'm not a fan of Froggo Corridor. Boop. I did that in the last video. Last time I did this level, I did the same exact thing where I timed Alfred's basic attack to destroy those 3 arrows, and I didn't even realize I had done it or was able to do it until I watched the video back. And I guess if you're some sort of god at this game and want to do an Alfred only run, no, I'm not doing an Alfred only run. Good luck. Good luck. Anyway, continuing on with the Blasphemy Unto Heaven. I went on this rant in the last one, too, in the last time, the normal version of this episode, too. I love the names. The names are so stupid. They're so edgy, and they're so over the top, but that's why I love them. Like, cause I'm edgy and over the top a lot of the time. I mean, I have a gauntlet made of 3 different leather glove and 2 different leather bands with a friggin' pentagram on it. And I wear that shit in public all the time. Why? Cause I'm an edgy asshole. And I like scaring old people or something. I take that back. I don't enjoy scaring old people. I just enjoy my aesthetic. And if the old people end up getting upset because I like to express myself, then frankly, that's their prerogative. Mine is to be an edgy asshole. I always hate explaining that to people because there's no way to explain I do what I want even though it scares people without coming off as a dick. Because it's like, if you enjoy doing something, and it brings no direct harm, like, no direct consequential harm to somebody, I don't really count being offended as super consequential harm, because it's like, yeah, you get upset, but logically it's just kind of, there's no way to explain that without sounding like an asshole either. Being, like, if you're offended by something, you have every right to be offended. Everyone has every right to feel what they feel. And I believe that. I genuinely believe that. My issue with being offended is if you're offended by something that just doesn't affect you, then why do you care? Like the whole like Westboro Baptist Church way of doing things where it's like, you're gay, so I hate you, but who cares if you're gay? I don't care. You shouldn't care either. Like, if you're a dude and want to take it in the butt, that's cool. If you're a grill and want to, Have fun with another grill. There's no way to say any of that without being super gross. If you're a girl and you want to do it with a grill, then good for you. I applaud you. I encourage you to do whatever the hell you want. That's my newest motto. Is I encourage people to do whatever the fuck they want. Why? Because I don't care what you do, honestly. As long as you're not offending, not offending, as long as you're not directly harming me or the people I care about, I honestly don't care what you do, how you do it, why you do it. As long as I'm not directly negatively affected. In fact, good for you. I enjoy the fact that people can enjoy themselves without fear of being murdered on the street, which apparently isn't much of a thing that can happen in today's day and age. Anyway, I don't want to accidentally get political up in here. So anyway, we're fighting Gaping Dragon 2.0 again, and the fight is relatively the same, actually. He doesn't do much of anything different, he just hurts more. Maybe maybe like the timer on that's a bit tighter, I don't know. Can I? Nope, you have to jump onto that. Huh, interesting. I was watching another friend play this game recently, and they could stand this. Like, you didn't have to crouch to dodge it in the way they were playing, which I was very, very confused about. Ow, damn it. Because I was almost certain, and I just proved it, that you have to crouch under that in order to do anything. Anyway, that's Gaping Dragon 2.0 defeated, and Blasphemy unto Heaven blasphemized. That is stage 4 done of Nightmare Mode. We are motoring. Oh my god, that's why. You start every level with 3 lives. I didn't notice that. Christ. Actually, maybe because I'm using Curse of the Moon to get that started. Anyway, on the next episode, we'll be fighting a boat. I'll see you then.